What is going on, guys? And today we have a slightly more expensive method than usual. This method will cost you around 13,000 coins, and I know that's not huge, but I know some people do prefer the lower budget methods. Of course, we will be going back to lower budget methods as well as doing higher budget methods on Wednesday and Thursday, but today we've got a really good info method. If you do enjoy it, make sure to drop a like down below, and if you are new around here, make sure to subscribe, and if you haven't already, turn notifications on. Now, without further ado, let's get into the trading. So guys, this method is extremely simple. You just want to set the quality to special, the max buy now to around 13,000 or 12,750 coins, and the max price to anything over 1 million coins, and then just snipe down as much as you can. I managed to pick up, I think, overall around 8 cards. I will show you obviously all of them at the end of the video. All of these would have sold on for profit. I made a mistake with one of them and listed it slightly under what would have been profit, but all of the rest of them sold for profit. Very decent profits as well, guys. These all were picked up for around 12,250 all the way up to around 13,000 coins. None of them sold for less than 14,000 coins, which means I made profit on all of those, except for obviously the one that I've talked about, which is the exception. Now, this method works really well. I actually did it at around 3 o'clock. Now, obviously, this is when people are still at school. I found it was probably a little bit easier when I did it, purely because less people were trying it, because there were less people actually trying to snipe these cards. Obviously, that also meant there were less people actually listing them on the market, so there was pros and cons to the time I did it. I would suggest doing it at any time really, apart from really at night, because night's probably the worst time to do it, because it seems cards actually go up in price as well as people list them less. So I wouldn't do it at night. I'd just make sure you're doing it sort of before 8-9 o'clock UK time, and then doing it sort of any other time sort of during the day. It did work really well when I was doing it. I managed to pick up Anderson, as you can see here. He was the cheapest pull. I got him for 12,750. Sadly, I sold him on for 13,250, which was a mistake. I meant to put him at 13,500, but that meant I did lose out on his card. I actually could have sold it for 13,750 or even 14,000. It would have still been the cheapest of his card on the market, but I made a mistake there, which is why at the end of the video you'll see I didn't make profit on him. However, everyone else I made a very decent profit on, and the guy you'll be picking up most is the Algerian striker. I picked him up about 5 or 6 times. I then picked up Anderson, and then we had an Italian striker. Now, Cleo, I believe, Cleo maybe, how you pronounce that. He came up quite a lot. I just missed a lot of the snipes. He was going for 12 on a lot of the snipes that I missed, but when we did manage to get him, we got him for 12,500, and we sold him on for 14k. So that was a very decent profit as well. I was quite happy with that. Obviously, with an EA tax of 700 coins, you're making around 700 coins there as a profit, so I was quite happy with that. You're making just over 700 coins, a lot more than sort of what you'd make on a lower budget method, but obviously you are putting in a lot more into it, and it is a little bit more risky obviously because there's more coins going in, but all of these cards do sell on every time. And if they don't, obviously the worst case scenario with these are you sell them for 10k and maybe you lose 2k. Obviously I know that's not great, however they all have sold on for me, but it is a almost risk-free because you can quick sell them for a decent amount of coins. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.